Hey guys. Hey Dana. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Wondering where Kazaroo is. Guys, we lost Kaz. I think she ran away. I think she hopped away, Dana.
Well, she better hop on back over here.
Yeah. All right.
I'm trying to figure out how can I pull up the live chat?
It's on you'll see the comments or you can watch it on
Oh,
your phone maybe.
there it is. Okay.
Hey everyone. So this is Dana. Dana, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dana. I was a good friend of Echo's. Um, we were really close, and then I went and had kids, and we weren't as close as we used to be, just because I went down another path. But you know, we're trying to find her. We're trying to get answers. We've come across a lot of answers, um, but really more questions than answers.
Been a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of stepping up just to get awareness of, we've run into a lot of corruption, a lot of things that are not being done, a lot of mixed up stories and leads not being followed, and I've tried to turn to um, some politicians. I've tried to turn to other agencies. There's a team of us that have talked to many different people, and we just don't seem to get anywhere. I've found that basically the whole state of Missouri, there's an awful lot of people that are missing or have been murdered, and they're not getting the help from law enforcement.
Mm. So 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 what so the timeline too you were saying the timeline is off, right? Did she go missing on the 10th, 11th, the 12th, the 13th, right? You have a problem with that?
So yeah, we never really understood why the 10th was brought up. Now, the the neighbor had told the police, I believe the last time he had seen her was on like the Wednesday or Thursday, um, which would have been what, the 13th or 14th.
Yep.
But for some reason, when they put these flyers out, they put Mother's Day, and they put that she was last seen at Dollar General in Climax Springs. Well, Climax Springs is a completely different county. We had heard it was the Warsaw, which is in Benton County, at that Dollar General. They've never come out to clarify anything. Camden County, which is where the Climax Springs is, they never posted anything about anybody missing. Um, but then for some reason they snuck in the 14th on NamUs. I think around last year. Never
And
said, never.
what made them change it from the 10th to the 14th?
Well, that's a good question. They
So you
don't
didn't get
communicate.
so no answers on why they changed it.
No, I mean, could it have been because the neighbor? Did they see? I've heard that there was possibly some footage where she was seen on the 14th, possibly on her property, which
Really?
which would mean they should never have called the dogs off, regardless. I don't know. We can't get any answers, but it's very odd that they snuck that 14th in there and never corrected their flyers that they made, because the sheriff's department is the one, I believe, that made the flyers originally with the wrong information.
Hmm. So what is the timeline of events that you think happened? Hey Sheila, thank you. Sheila says you have beautiful hair, Mar. Hope Kaz shows up soon. Hello, Dana. Yeah, Kaz is here. She just sent me a message
Oh,
6 minutes ago that said there's no power and her phone is just about dead. So hopefully her
oh,
power will go on soon.
oh, wow. Okay, well, that was better than we were a little worried.
Yeah, I was worried about her. It's not like her. Hey, Hey, Seashell, Sassafras, Mandy, Sheila, Matt, MV, excuse me, NV Inc. Princess, my elderly cats. Hey, PG. GB, Uza, content copycat. Hey, Chisme, Leonard Love, Nay, and Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
Hey, Leslie P. So, what is it that you want to tell us tonight? What can you share with us that you want to let us know about the whole entire situation? Because I know there's some things that you can't share right now, but what do you want to share? It was sad when I was making the video tonight and I went in to put the hashtag for Echo Lloyd. Her hashtag is completely gone on YouTube. Like, there's absolutely nobody talking about her. Sad.
Yeah. I think there's been people that possibly are calling these YouTubers or messaging them and requesting them to take down the videos.
Why?
Possibly, I don't know. I've heard that Kelsey was doing that, and only those creators can confirm or deny that. I don't know if it's true or not. So a lot of them have been removed, and Kelsey has been sticking to the lives. And you know, in my opinion, and everything that I've come across, Josh is the neighbor, I should say, seems like a very reasonable suspect, but there's about 10 others that make the cut
Wow.
as well.
So, what do you want to share with us? You said there was like some things that were going on that were weird. Do you want to tell them who Josh is?
Well, I think I mean, anybody who's watched Kelsey, I think she has covered that one. I don't know. I don't know if he was involved with others. I know that he, I'd have got confirmation that he was involved in his grandfather's. He was supposed to be taking care of his grandfather, and his grandfather did lay there for 3 days. And where's
Do
the
you want to
justice for
tell
him?
that? So, do you want to explain who Josh is?
So Josh is the guy who lived kind of across and up the street from Echo, aka the neighbor.
So, this is
Um,
the neighbor with the car that used to come to Echo and ask for rides.
he would, I believe, from what I've understood, is he would borrow her car. He had to blow in a breathalyzer in order to drive his truck. So I guess when he was drinking, he would take hers. Um, we've heard different ways of how that relationship or friendship was. It gets a little confusing. Kelsey is very adamant, and Kelsey is her daughter, very adamant about it was just a friendship, and it maybe it was. I don't know. There's just a lot of rumors that fly around, but I don't think Josh was the only one involved, if at all. I've tried
Really?
I've tried to reach out to him. I mean, he won't respond to me, but I've tried. But I will say that when they went to, and I found this out not too awful long ago, when they went to check on the grandpa and the family went to get into um, the house was completely trashed. Um, Echo's things were found there. Um, there was also some carpet cut out,
Mm-hmm.
pieces of carpet cut out, and possibly some blood on the wall.
What?
Yeah.
Did the
With,
police go there and do an investigation?
well, yeah, they did. They took pictures. They didn't test the blood. Um, and the most this family got was you could maybe get him for elder abuse or elder neglect. But they already knew that he was the main suspect for Echo. And I'll tell you, her keys were found in the house. And from what I understand, he told the police when he brought her car back, he put the keys in the gas tank. So if they find her keys at his residence and he told him that, how is that circumstantial? Wouldn't that be enough to bring him in for questioning?
Probably. I don't
And
understand why they're not doing it.
well,
And but why don't you start like from the beginning what you think happened in the times that she went missing? Like you were saying to us earlier about the time frame, the Dollar General, then there was a Walmart receipt that was found.
Kelsey had found a Walmart receipt where she had picked up her medication, I believe.
Okay.
Um, and honestly, I mean, I could start from the beginning, but all of my information came from one source, and I don't know how much of it. I don't want to put a lot of different rumors or hearsay out there. I mean, that's kind of what you have to go on a lot of the time, but I guess what I'm really hoping to do is bring awareness to the law enforcement. I hate to sit here and dog on law enforcement, but what I'm finding is it's a huge problem in Missouri. I'm sure it's a problem everywhere. There's good ones, there's bad ones, but it seems as though some sheriffs, small town sheriffs departments, I don't want to dog the good ones. I hate doing this, but there's been plenty of opportunity for them to do the right thing for many people, and it seems there's a lot of cover up. I think they do know what happened to Echo, and I think they're doing things to hide what happened to Echo. I think law enforcement and highway patrol. And
And
I
what searches? So, but see, I'm confused on the day that you talk about her going missing because I thought that Kelsey went to the house on the 10th to bring flowers and the Mother's Day card.
right.
She looked in the window, the mom wasn't there, and what went from there?
According to Kelsey, she left the flowers and cards. She went home and she was texting, um, trying to text her mom, call her mom. And at some point, her and Josh were texting each other, and she was saying, "Have my mom call me." Um, and I guess that went on. She didn't get a hold of her for what, 4 or 5 days. And so on Friday is when she went back. The car was there, but her mom was not.
So it took her 4 to 5 days to go back.
Yes. Of course, who wouldn't question something like that? However, she had a new baby. So I was like, I was giving her the benefit of the doubt there. And I honestly can't answer that. And it's just a tough situation. That is Echo's daughter. Um, I have a ton of questions after some other things have come into place. But it's pretty much impossible to talk to her. And really, all it boils down to is we just need the truth from whoever has the truth. I mean, we can't sit here and tell the world that it was just Josh and only Josh when there is probable other suspects or that worked with him. Um, we need the police. We need them. We need pressure on him. I mean, and I know there's been so many supporters who have called and emailed and wrote letters, and that, I mean, there's just so many people that didn't even know Echo that has tried so hard to help, and they're still pushing. But now it's time for some politicians to get involved. I've personally have, contacted and sent some not so nice messages to some state representatives and Missouri senators. And then you got the Attorney General's office. We were told, I had spoke to Josh Hawley. I always thought Josh Hawley was a great guy, good for Missouri. I ended up talking to his director of constituent services. And he just really was no help. He said that the Attorney General is over Highway Patrol, the Missouri State Highway Patrol. but then you send them a letter, and I actually got a letter back from the lieutenant or the assistant attorney general, and it was absurd. I should have got that letter out, but basically there's just not a whole lot they can do.
I don't get that.
Nobody in the state wants to take accountability for anybody. And from what I can see, Missouri State Highway Patrol is running this state, and not in a good way.
So after Echo went missing, what kind of searches were going on? Did they bring any dogs, drones, helicopters? I mean, what did they do when she went missing?
So they did. There was family and friends there. I was not there at that. They did it on the Saturday, the day after Kelsey had reported her missing. They searched her property, and they were supposed to get dogs in. And for some reason, they called them off. I was told they didn't think that she went missing from her property.
Really? So what about the surveillance footage of her? Did anyone pull the footage at the Walmart and the Dollar General of her going to the did you see footage of her?
No, though that's been requested so many times, and nothing. Like, they won't confirm, deny. I mean, they got it. They won't show it. I mean, they got her phone. I know they did get one phone. I believe it was the prepaid phone, but we never heard anything back. And I'll tell you, I know there was other footage of her because I went down on the Wednesday after she was reported missing, and I was going down to hang flyers with Kelsey.
Okay.
When I was on my way down there, a Benton County deputy had pulled out in front of me on the highway, and his lights weren't on or anything. So I pulled in behind him just to let him know that I was there, that we were going to be hanging flyers, maybe to see if I could find anything out. It's kind of funny because when I pulled up there and I said who I was and everything, he was actually there to go in and look at, he had seen some security camera footage of going into Forbes, which is a gated community. It's about, I think, like 12,000 acres.
So Seashell says real fast, could they find her car? Yeah, her car was at the house. Seashells.
Yes.
And the keys to the car were over at this guy Josh's house, where they took out pieces of carpet. So they never came back with anything on the carpet or any tests or any forensics or anything?
I don't think they tested anything. They, the carpet was gone. There were pieces of the carpet that were cut out, almost like a box knife, in pieces of the carpet in the hallway and the bedroom where the grandfather had died. And then a little bit of another room. And it was just.
This was Josh's house, not Echo's.
Right. This was Josh's house. Well, it was his grandfather's house, and he lived in the basement. There was also a lot of lye, like stacks and stacks of it. So, like I said, a lot points to Josh. But he was, and when I talked to that deputy on that Wednesday who told me that he was there to find out what camera went with what gate, because Echo and Josh were seen going into Forbes with a code in Echo's car, and eventually it was just Josh. But now, I mean, I would think it'd be helpful to know did they both go in together at one point and only Josh came out, but I can't tell you that because they never even brought it up. I didn't bring it up I'm sure I'm still not supposed to bring it up, but come on, like, I'm done trusting that they're investigating.
But what's scary about that? I mean, so you said that Josh's grandfather was found in the house dead and he was there for 3 days and there's bags of lye.
Okay, so the grandfather, he was not dead. There's a very creepy neighbor who had gone to check on the grandfather. Per one of the grandfather's son was calling and was concerned about him. And I guess he yelled and said, oh, I'm fine, And then the son had sent this guy over again, and they had found the grandfather on the floor. They did transport him to a hospital, to go to several other hospitals more in the city. And he died a few days later, I believe.
Mm.
But his
So
back was broken.
where is Josh today?
Last I knew, Josh is back in his hometown of Excelsior Springs, Missouri.
And they never questioned him.
No, I think they questioned him. I know they questioned him because the deputy that I talked to on that Wednesday had said that his stories had been changing. I mean, so they did. They suspected him from day one. But when they finally have the opportunity to get him on something, because he lied about the keys, he had her medicine bottles, he had her phone. There was blood on the wall. He was guilty for what he did to his grandfather. Why the hell did they not arrest him?
I don't know. I mean, you would think that they would have brought a forensic team in there, especially if there was pieces of carpet cut out, and do some swabs of the wall. I don't know,
You would
unless it's
think.
corruption.
You
Does he
would
have any
think.
family in the law enforcement area in that town?
Not in that town. Apparently, he has a grandmother that was a sheriff or a deputy sheriff in a different county in the city or up north, I believe. But I mean, the only thing I can think of, I mean, there's a lot of informants. I mean, this is what we've uncovered over the last few years. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of murders that are covered up as suicides or overdoses. And there's a lot of informants that seem to be doing a lot of bad shit and not getting any trouble for it. And the police are helping cover it up. They go to court. That's if the prosecutor wants to charge them with anything. We've got charges that have disappeared, or they'll be sentenced to 10, 20 years, and they'll end up only getting 5 years probation. Like, this is proof. You can go on and look on CaseNet and you can see this. And for the charges that have disappeared, there's plenty of people that have screenshots of those initial charges.
Did you ever run a background check on him or search him in the correction database in Missouri?
Josh, yes.
And what's that like? Bad? Drugs? Stealing?
A lot of DWIs. And recently, since Echo has gone missing, he went back up north and he got in a little altercation, tearing up somebody's property, and got a little slap on the wrist. I think he got probation. I've talked to people that do know him. I've heard there's two different sides to him, and I hear he's a real monster, but I've heard other people say that he seems okay. So I think it's maybe when he drinks. But
did he have a girlfriend at the time? Wasn't there a story that she would drive him and his girlfriend around?
I haven't heard that one. I don't know that he had a girlfriend. I can't even say for sure the relationship between him and Echo, if it was just a friendship
What I
or
was going to ask. If maybe do you think maybe they were in some type of a relationship?
I don't really I don't see it being like that. Now, if I don't know, I really can't say. I can't come out and personally say
Or maybe
no,
like
they
a
were
booty
just
call
friends.
relationship?
Maybe. I don't.
I mean, not
It's
no disrespect,
possible.
but you know.
It's possible, but then I've seen the guy, like, I just don't see Echo, and she's not one to like jump into relationships or anything like that. But I don't see him being her type really either. I don't see her hanging out with a lot of the people that she has been said that she's been around. It didn't make a lot of sense. But I know that there is some groups down there that are getting women, they're sucking them in, they're feeding them drugs, and they have complete control over them. They're raping them. I mean,
Yeah, 60 miles to the south, the cannibal farm. Cassidy Rainwater went missing with James Phelps and Tim Norton.
right, right. And um I I don't believe that Echo I don't believe that they had Echo, but I do believe that there were more than just Cassidy Rainwater. And I
Oh,
think,
absolutely.
like, you don't have a meat hook, you don't have this stuff for it to be a one-time thing. But why in the hell are they about to go to trial and nothing has came out? I kept hoping the FBI or somebody was just keeping it quiet, and they've got all these gag orders. But what's really scary is that
Yeah,
if
finding
they say
Cassidy's
it's only
body
Cassidy
in
Rainwater,
a
that they're
freezer.
hiding.
They had her in a freezer, and she
Yeah,
was all bagged up in bags with the date of seven something. I forget the exact date. That it was Cassidy's. I can't even imagine. I mean, when the cops broke down the door, they said they were eating the neighbor's ribs.
right.
Scary.
It's but why the hell are they not finding more victims? Why in the hell, whether it's true or not, the more DNA found in barrels and stuff, why in the hell is it being covered up? Is this something much, much bigger?
They burnt down. They had a tripwire when those cops came out there to search that property. That property just went up in flames.
No,
Even
they had been out there. They had been out there for, I'm wanting to say like 2 or 3 days before the fire started. So
yeah,
you can only hope that they got all the evidence that they needed. But and if they didn't, I am not sure why it was unoccupied. There wasn't somebody, some kind of security around there to keep all the evidence safe.
so what do you think your timeline of events is? Like what do you want to that people don't know that you want us to know?
Here's the thing. I've been told many. I've been told,
What do you want
the
us
10th, the 14th, and I wish I had a more definitive answer, and it's nothing that I'm hiding. It's just so many people have come forward and they don't go to the police. You know why they don't go to the police with tips? Because they know that the deputies and stuff are dirty. They've had run-ins with them. And so they've come to us and they've told us a lot, but then you get the ones that this is a big game to them or they want to throw us off. So I've even been told a date as in like the 18th, that they had her before that, but she died on the 18th.
And what
Which
about all these GoFundMe's that are out? Do you want to talk anything about them or in
so
Kelsey's name or no?
so I can tell you that the GoFundMe that was originally set up, it is a legitimate. It's two of our friends are the only ones on the account. I'm not sure if Kelsey's trying to start a new one. Um, I
Something
know
about
that,
four private investigators, what I heard through the grapevine.
well, we've had so many people offer to help, so many people. And that's kind of a reason I kind of broke off because, well, there were some issues between her and I and not seeing eye to eye, but she wasn't reaching out to the people trying to help. So if there's anybody out there who did reach out multiple times without getting a response, um, you can message me or Stacy Dean or Mandy Kruger. I mean, we will listen to you. We will accept your help. We do have some things in place. We did have somebody offer to do a dive search for us inside Forbes.
Are
And
you
that's,
talking about the water down here south of her property? The Deer
yeah, so,
Creek?
so that's Deer Creek.
This
Back
is where
behind,
I'm not going to give the exact address, but around this area right here is where Echo was living. Well, actually, it's a little
further
higher up,
back.
but
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
give the exact. But we also
Right.
know that she had that creeper MacArthur guy that was straight across the woods over here at his mother's house, the pedophile.
Right. And, I don't think that's one of the ones that I just would not see. Echo would not hang out with him or these kind of people unless for some reason she didn't know them. And I'm not saying that she's better than anyone, but well, some of them, yeah, she kind of is. I mean,
Yeah,
um,
she's a beautiful girl.
she, when I had my boys, we did kind of lose touch. I mean, we would still try to make contact, and I got to where I had every other weekend free again, and I kept wanting to go see her. And we played phone tag there for a while. And I just kept thinking I had time. I had to get caught up on stuff and I'd have time to go down and visit her. And unfortunately, I kept putting it off and I put it off too long. And she was supposed to be at my I had a 40th surprise birthday party that my daughter threw, and according to her, like, she was going to be there. All our group of friends were going to all be there, and I guess last minute she couldn't go. um I don't know if it had to do with Josh, but she also still kind of had some issues with crowds.
Now, was Echo married?
Legally, yes.
And how long were her and her husband separated when she was mysteriously disappeared?
Probably not quite 2 years.
Oh, so so they were married, but they were still friends and separated for that long.
Right.
This
You
Is
know,
this Kelsey's father? Her husband?
no, 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 no. No, it is Echo's two younger daughters' dad. Um,
Okay, because
and
there's
for
three girls, right? They're all K's. Kelsey.
Kelsey, Caitlin, and Kylie, and then there's Echo had a son as well, Case.
I don't know that Echo had a son.
Yeah. Yep.
Huh? How old is Echo's son?
See, 20, he'd be what, 27, 28?
Wow. So where is he at? What does he say about all of this?
Um, he doesn't say much. I know that him and his mom were really close. I know he loves her. I know she loved him. I think it's, and the male thing, they don't really talk about their feelings. And he was going through some stuff, and I've ran into him a few times. It's been a while, but I hear he's doing really good. He's got three little ones now, and
Wow.
so
Ooze is asking how old are the kids, and earlier somebody wants you if you can talk about the gun that was found in the front yard.
um I don't understand. I know the gun thing has been a big secret, but honestly, it was found there by her house. Could it have been, she'd go out just shooting, target practicing, could have been left out there for that. Is there more to tell? I don't know why the gun was left out there. I really don't.
Yeah,
And I don't know.
we knew about the gun 2 years ago. Somebody had mentioned the gun being
Somebody
found in the yard.
accidentally, yeah, had mentioned it and they weren't supposed to, but really, I guess I mean, and they did. The Benton County, the sheriff's department, they didn't want us talking about it, and especially like the gun and Josh, and they made it sound like they were just going to watch him. They were just going to watch him and try and get him, without when he got comfortable. And none of it made sense. Like within a few days, like I just, or like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but I can't believe that you've got carpet being pulled out, keys located. So let me ask you, the prescription
Oh,
that was found at Josh's house, was that the prescription that was picked up at Walmart that day, or do you not know?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
I'm listening to you guys, so go ahead and talk. I'm just gonna use the little girl's room real quick. I drank like 4 gallons of water
Okay.
today. But I'm listening. I'm right here, bringing you guys with
Er,
me. I'm gonna wash my hands. Don't worry.
Okay, so another little tidbit of information. So there was the rumor going around that I'm going to stop saying his name. I'm going to go back to saying the neighbor, that he had bought all these bags of concrete at a hardware store in Climax Springs. Apparently, the rumor was true. So when the deputies were there at the grandfather's house after seeing the lie and seeing how completely trashed the house was, that Echo's keys were there, her phone and her medicine, um, they also saw extra bags of concrete, I guess a couple bags of concrete down in the basement. And when they asked him about it, I can't say for sure what he said, but what one of the deputies had told somebody is that he said he was fixing the seawall back behind the grandfather's house. And they went and he had a scratch. That's what it was. He had a scratch on his arm, and they asked about that, or on his hand. And he said that he was working on the seawall. They went and checked it, and there was no fresh concrete at all. Like, everything is adding up for them to make an arrest. And I don't, and if they didn't know how to do it to make it stick, then call in the experts, because they hadn't passed anything over to Missouri State Highway Patrol until later. So it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
Um,
for nothing, but everyone that you talk about, besides, I actually heard it. What was the rumor about? Kelsey wasn't dating that guy, was she?
no, Kelsey was pregnant at the time. She lived with her mom, and then her and her baby's dad, they moved into a house a few blocks away. And there were people that would come to us and ask questions about it, but I don't have anything to say that they were connected. I mean, you can see pure hate. She has pure hate for him. Um,
Oh, she has hate for Josh.
yeah, I mean, it's almost like a tunnel vision kind of thing. If you just focus on this one person, why are you ignoring all the other things that are out there? And now, and
Did you
I
want to
get it.
show? Do you have a picture of Josh that you want to show them so they can see what he looks like?
Um, I know Stacy probably could get you one real
If you
quick.
got it,
She's
yeah, I
on
can
there.
get it on Facebook. If she can send it to you, I can
Well, she's
pull it up.
on. Can she put it on the comments? Can you
She
post a
can come.
picture?
She can come up if she wants and share her screen.
All right, Stacy.
You want to come up, Stacy? So Nave says that Kelsey said her mom kept the firearm in her bedroom side dresser. It was found in the yard. The other big thing was her room always had her smokes with her, and those were left behind. Now, I thought you said the cigarettes were found at Josh's, or
Uh
were they at the house? Kelsey said.
oh, I didn't say anything about cigarettes. I never no. The only thing that was at Josh's that I know of was of Echoes was her keys, her medicine bottles, and her phone. One of her phones.
I mean, how suspect
So
is that?
it's pretty bad, and everything leads
What
to
are we
that.
missing?
Um, you know what we're missing, and this is why I wanted to come out.
Protesters.
We are whatever we have to do. If there's people out there that want to protest, there is another. This is something that I've looked into, and I've met a lot of people, and this is going on everywhere in Missouri, everywhere. It's really bad. It's so many missing, and so many. This one particular area. in Missouri. We're talking many, like I'm saying early 20s. Very suspicious deaths, but they're always ruled a suicide or an overdose, and there's so much corruption there. But if you go to Justice for the Missing and Murdered in Missouri, the lady Donna who runs that page, she is amazing. She puts so much together for everybody, and she's helped with Echo. In fact, there was a group of them that went to Jeff City, to our capital last week, and they had pictures of a lot of the missing in this group. And Echo, a lady Teresa, she got Echo's picture on there for me. We weren't able to make it, and we're going to go again. I think they've got something set up for October. But that's what we need. I mean, I could sit here and tell you all the rumors I've heard, the suspects, the things I've seen, but none of it matters if we don't have somebody that's going to step it up and have this law enforcement do their job.
And they sound corrupted, like the ones that are in that Edmond area where the cannibals lived.
Oh, Wendyville and Lebanon. Yeah.
Lebanon. Yep.
I think it's a statewide thing. I really do. I've been pretty vocal about it lately. I'm tired of hearing of another child or another person gone missing in these moms that I've talked to, and even Echo's mom. It's just Echo's dad passed away not even knowing what happened to her.
Oh gosh.
And I think the family is pissed off at me because I keep looking into this, but I'm sorry. I am going to keep looking into it. And I do see enough that tells me that they're not doing their job to find Echo. I mean, I guess I could go ahead and call you out, or I can tell you about some of the corruption.
You need to tell us about the corruption, and then we need to see if we can figure out getting some people together that want to go out and do some protesting, because something needs to be done. Let me show a picture of Echo. She's so beautiful.
She is. Her laugh. So there was, I guess MB Inc. can tell you kind of what happened. But he had put a video out, and I had shared
one second. Okay. If you girls want to come up, just click that link that I sent you and just follow the prompts, and you can turn off your camera, and then you can come up. If you guys want, just click that link. She had such a beautiful smile.
She did. Oh, her laugh was, I can still hear her laugh. I want these videos. I have old videos.
Hey, Jess.
Just wanting people to see her personality. And I do share her voicemail with some people, just because the people who are helping, like, I want them to get some kind of piece of her. I can't show her personality through these videos because I've looked everywhere and I don't know what happened to them, but just to even hear her voice, just to have that connection, to know that, she was a person. She's not just a picture on a missing flyer. She called me and we were playing phone tag during that. And in the voicemail, she was telling me, she has 3 phones because the service is absolutely horrible there. And she said, I love and miss you. And it's like, I couldn't get rid of that. And I want people to, what little part of her I can give beyond a picture, I wanted.
Do you want to share a video with her? You just see at the bottom here where it says you can pull up the video and click share.
But that's just it. I can find all these pictures of us over the years, but I cannot find. In fact, I found her and I were golf partners in a ladies golf league for 3 or 4 or 5 years. And I found one of our trophies. And the damn little metal plate thing is broke off, but we were shocked that we even got a trophy. I mean, it might've been like the sea flight and second place or something, but that we had a lot of fun doing that. Um, but anybody that wants to help or knows what what I what I'm really looking for is an attorney, a good attorney that's probably not even in Missouri at this point, um, that
Well,
can
he's
help us
going.
with some
Yeah, he's
things.
going to have the bar in Missouri to do
If
anything.
he could practice in Missouri, but or hey, he can practice in Missouri, be in Missouri as long as he's not intimidated or afraid of going up against a pretty big beast. I I do have a
Hey,
lot of
Juju.
stuff. What's that?
No, I just said, hey,
Yeah.
Juju.
I have a lot of um, evidence that, of course, I'm not going to share, but
Mm-hmm.
it's very important to get an attorney, and then
What
we've had.
about a real private investigator? Maybe we need to. I mean, attorney. I mean, I guess an attorney would be okay to go after the legal system, but I think what would
Well,
need to be done first is a private investigator to gather everything you need and more, so that you can then bring it into a lawyer with the private investigator finds. Maybe that's
so
what needs to be done. Maybe it's time to get a good PI.
well, and I've had I know I think somebody's working with Kelsey now that volunteered. I don't know anything about her, but I've talked to a PI. We've been our own PIs for 2.5 years, and we've gotten pretty damn far. We do have some searches that are going to be taking place, but Benton County Sheriff's Department tried to screw that up for us. And I would love to explain just to kind of give everybody an idea of what really is going on and why. I don't know why they're trying to hide what happened to Echo, but they most certainly are. And something lies inside the gates of Forbes. I don't
Yeah, what
know.
is that? What is that Forbes situation? Is it a gated community?
It is, but it's like,
What is the name of that? Forbes. I'll pull it up.
yeah, it was like I don't
Is
know,
it in
citizen.
Edmond?
It's in
Ed,
Edwards, Missouri.
why do I
Um,
call it Edmond?
I don't know, Matt. You have a well,
Yeah, if
you have a
Matt has
map.
anything of yours that you want to show, I can bring Matt up on the panel and he can. Matt, grab this link,
You
please.
have a pinless map that you can show.
Yeah, Matt, come on up. Hello, sweet Caroline. Hello, Raul.
I will tell you though
You know what
that
I'm gonna look into? I'm gonna look into a connection between the sheriff that is where Cassidy went missing and this guy because I'm convinced too that that sheriff might have even been having, ribs on the grill. I mean, I hate to say that, but I'm serious. Hey,
oh
Pop, but I'm serious.
well, it wouldn't surprise me. You remember the boy who, or the guy who had his two boys with him on the side of the highway, and the cop? Do you remember that story? I cannot think of
No,
his name. It was somebody help me here.
the guy on the side. What state?
It was
Missouri?
in Missouri, and I think he was from Dallas or Greene County, which is right around the area. But he, I know they kind of worked together on that, I believe, because he his car broke down or something, and I guess an officer stopped, asked if he needed a ride, and he said no. And him and his kids were walking along the highway, and um, I don't think things were handled quite correctly. And then some workers found him the next morning, and the piece of shit had shot his two kids and then himself. That happened right there in Warsaw.
Really? I didn't
And
hear about that, but I'm definitely gonna have to look into it.
oh, there's there's a lot of people. Tammy Lucart is somebody who was ruled a suicide not too long after Echo. Rumor is that she might have had information about Echo. And
Really?
yeah, she died, according to them, suicide by fire.
And what was her name?
Tammy Lucart.
Tammy Lucart.
Um, she didn't barricade herself in a bathroom and set fire.
Hey, B. Do you know B Hall?
Mm. Mm.
B.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Hello.
What's
Can,
going on?
can you hear me?
We hear you.
All right. Yeah. I have a picture of Josh, but I don't know how to post it.
If you pull up the picture on whatever device you're on and you look at the bottom, it will say share. You kind of swipe it up, it will say share screen.
All right. Hold on. Let's see.
And then we can pull it.
Do you know Josh
Yeah.
personally?
So, Papa, my Papa out here, what's out there says that sheriffs are elected. Was the sheriff elected or appointed?
He was elected. There's still a lot of believers out there. There's a lot of people, I don't think they want to see. It's like some guy said, everything is hidden in plain sight. It is very easy to connect the dots of what's going on. Why is it going on? I mean, could it be kickbacks, drugs? And I hate to put that out there, I really do, but I can tell you Sheriff Knox was trying to play somebody for a fool, and they went into Forbes. We had a diver set to go in. We were they had talked to somebody in the group, had talked to the president of the landowner association. We were trying to go about it the right way. And he was like, yeah, you guys can come in and search. We'll just get a waiver. We'll take it to the board meeting and shouldn't be a problem. So came back from the board meeting. Everything was fine. We were good to go in. Then we get an anonymous tip from a person that knew somebody else, right? And it was one day that there was law enforcement activity inside Forbes, and it was about Echo. But we couldn't find anything.
Is this the Forbes that we're talking about? Forbes
Yes.
Lake of Ozarks Park?
Yes.
Okay.
So we couldn't find anything. Nobody knew anything. She had asked the president of the association. He said no. Nobody's in there. Most people, police scanner. So at some point it came down to like, okay, it just must be a rumor. We're just not seeing anything that matches what we were told. But then somebody ended up having a conversation with Sheriff Knox weeks later, and he wanted to talk about Echo's case.
Really?
Her daughter, I don't even know if I should get into all that, but yeah, and I think Sheriff Knox was trying to throw her off from all the rumors. But she said, well, we were set to go in. We had a diver to go in to look in at Forbes. And then we hear that you guys are in there looking for her right before we were. And I guess Sheriff Knox looked very shocked that she knew that. And at that point, we thought maybe it was just a rumor, but him himself confirmed it for us, because after he looked surprised, he's like, oh, I can assure you it wasn't about Echo. So that's a confirmation right there. He didn't say, no, we weren't in there. He just said, I can assure you it wasn't about Echo. So why did they sneak in there? What were they doing? Did they know that we were going to go search someplace and they wanted to find her before we did? Do they know where she's at? Are they trying to cover up more? Because then suddenly everything was okay to go in and send our diver in. But then suddenly the waiver wasn't good enough. And then the attorney had to look it over. And the attorney, and this guy just stopped, he wasn't replying as fast. And the attorney, they turned it into this big deal that wasn't a big deal. And then now they're pushing their resident diver, who was just a resident that was only a diver, and they're pushing all of this on us. And now that waiver from the very beginning, oh, it's okay. It's okay now. You can go on in.
Was there any property or like anything being built in that place during the time that she went missing that they could have used concrete? Did Josh work in there or something? Like, what's the connection? You don't know.
I think there's a few connections. It'd be nice to know what code he had. Is there just a standard maintenance code for people who are doing work? He did work for a guy that is part of Forbes. There's a lot of question marks, some really shady stuff that I'm not sure which one is true, but I would like to know why Benton County snuck in there. What were they doing? Because it makes me sick to think about it. He also had told her that
How long ago? How long after Echo went missing were they inside here?
Oh, this was like within the last month.
The last month. We need some drones. We need some drones to go up and fly over that area. Anybody in Missouri, this area with a drone?
We do have someone that's offered to help on that front as well. It's just a matter of getting in there, and we're working on, we were going to do it the other day, but something came up. So we are working out another day to go in there. But hopefully before it gets too cold.
Right.
Let's see what.
B, did you figure out how to share your screen?
Oh wait, Stacy here. Stacy sent it to me, so let's see. How can?
At the bottom, you click share screen.
Well, she did it on my. Hang on.
Yeah, if you just open it up and you click share screen, you can find the tab just to the picture.
I got to send it to my messenger, to my computer, then she texted it. Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah, if you open up the share screen part, you'll see where it will say entire screen, and then you can go to the window tab and actually just find the picture right there, so they'll only see what you're sharing.
Okay,
she can be anywhere. But I mean, if Josh did something, I mean, how far could he get? I mean, maybe he used Echo's car.
Well,
have the keys.
Somebody did see him. I've actually talked to somebody who did see Josh in Echo's car on the Saturday before with a woman in the car. But it now cannot be confirmed if it was Echo or somebody else, because who he tried to reach out to 2 years ago didn't get back with him. And now it's been so much time, he doesn't know if he can be definitive on who the female was. But it was definitely, he knows Josh. That's how it kind of came about. And when he stopped to ask the girl if everything was okay, Josh comes hauling ass out of the woods.
Really?
Yeah. And he has since.
We will see seashells. She wants to see his background report. She's like, dox him.
Oh, it's not what you think it would be.
DUIs.
Yeah.
Anything for controlled substance on drugs? You think he was on meth?
Everybody I've talked to says he was more alcohol and smoking pot, I guess. I think there was drugs found. I know there was drugs found in the basement a lot of different kinds of drugs. And I don't know if that was to drug other people, if he was selling it. I know the Missouri Drug Task Force likes to use a lot of people as their informants to sell drugs and set people up. So maybe he was an informant. I don't know. I've had somebody say that possibly Echo was.
So if Josh did do what he did and he did something to Echo without having a car or going somewhere, I mean, he had to have used Echo's car. And where's the surveillance camera? What neighbor saw movement around Echo's house? That's in the
Well,
middle of nowhere.
like on the 14th. Well, I, I don't know. I don't, as far as the 14th, I don't know. I wish the police would tell us. What was
But
she
you don't
wearing?
find that weird regarding the daughter? The daughter claims that she was there on the 10th. Guns are in the yard. Cigarettes are there. She's missing. The phone's missing. The car is there. But then you're going to go 4 days later
No,
into the
no, no,
14th.
no, no. So that didn't happen until she didn't notice all that until that Friday. The gun was found on, I believe, the Saturday when they did the search after she was reported missing. But Kelsey had gone on the 10th and dropped that stuff off. But the other stuff wasn't discovered until she hadn't heard from her mom, and then she went there. Um, there's a lot of rumors going on around about her. And I don't know if it's
Can you
these.
please share some of those rumors? I mean, I know they're not coming free, but can you please share some of the rumors that you heard about Kelsey? And these are just rumors, guys, things that were heard in the grapevine, but I think you should maybe share a couple of them so
I
people
guess I
can
don't.
like get an idea of what some of these rumors were. But of course, it's hearsay, guys.
Right. And I guess I have so much respect for Echo's mom,
Amen.
and that's where it gets hard. I don't want to sit here and bash Kelsey, but there's just a lot of
Listen,
questions
listen,
to be
listen.
answered.
Let me stop you for a minute, okay? You're not bashing Kelsey. This is not your words out of what you feel. You are going to share with us some speculations. This has nothing to do with how you feel about her. This is what people told you. And unfortunately, in a case like this, when she's missing, we need to know everything as web sleuths because once we know everything, that's
That's
when the
true.
digging starts and that's where the all the things that don't add up start coming together. So they need to know everything.
You're right. And that's how some of these other girls were found is because of you guys.
You have to tell everything that you heard. And if Kelsey's listening, she has to understand it's not coming from you, it's not coming from
Oh, she
anyone on
won't.
the panel that you are
She'll come at
sharing.
me.
Yeah, that you are sharing what you heard. And it's very important that they know everything that's going on that you are allowed to tell so they can start digging into who Josh is, what the background is. I mean, you'll be amazed about what some of these web sleuths can pull out, Dana. I mean, you would probably,
Okay.
it's amazing what they find. Kaz and I too, we're crazy diggers.
Okay. Well, she's gonna come at me regardless, but it's okay because I have nothing to hide. There has been quite a few people have said that Echo would still be alive if Kelsey had paid her debt.
A debt too.
I've heard drug debt. Um, oh gosh. So I don't know if it's true. I don't know. I know that Kelsey needs to just say what's going on. Is she being threatened? Was she involved? Does she know more? Did it have something to do with her? Did she do it? I don't know, but there is a lot of reasons to believe that it's one of those. Um,
So basically, it could have been a debt if it's not hearsay. It could have been a debt that she owed, and they came and actually took it out on Echo.
right. Now, aside from that, I do know that there's people down there that they are they're using they're giving them the fentanyl and meth combo, and they're being raped, trafficked. Trafficking is a lot different than what most people would think that knew nothing about it. They don't pull up in a big box truck and throw a bunch of people in there and take you to another state or country. Now it's more open, and what they're doing is they're threatening families. And I'm not saying that Kelsey is trafficked or anything like that, but that's how they're using them. They're keeping them so these people can run at any time. And people are like, why didn't they just run? Like, they went to the store, they were away from him. Well, they can't, because these people have told them that they'll come after their family.
Yep.
And they get them so addicted to the drugs that when they try to say what they know and they go to the police and they want to make reports, they're not believed. They're just looked at as meth heads who are paranoid.
Yay, Kaz, get up here. I have to
Is
use
she
the
here?
bathroom so bad. Yes, and she's got good questions that she wants to ask.
Oh boy.
Yeah, hi, Ma, hi, Dana. I'm just
Hello.
trying to.
Hi, Matt. Hi,
I'm just
Kaz.
trying to share the picture of Josh, but it's not letting me share it.
I know.
got-
I was supposed to send it, and I can't. It's
I've
on
got
my
the
phone.
photo. I've got the photo
Look,
here.
Dana, pop it in the Facebook group message. And I'll
Oh.
pull it up.
Oh, it's in there.
Okay.
Do you see it?
I'm going to Facebook right now. One sec. Come on, Kaz, baby. Let me check Facebook real quick. I want to see what this creep looks like. Because I'm not a psychic or anything. I mean, I have a spirit box and I talk to it, but it always goes, "Leave me alone. You're the devil." It's like,
Actually,
gosh, stop being so mean.
Speaking of spirit box and Echo, there's been some stuff
He's
lately.
actually, I'm not. I mean, I hate to say this. He's kind of cute.
Oh.
I mean, he's not like I was expecting a scary dude, to be honest with you.
Hi, Kaz.
Hey,
Oh,
baby.
good morning.
Hey, Kazari.
We were
Hey,
worried about
Matt.
you.
Oh, yeah, we had a
In her
humongous
holding.
storm, and the whole power in the whole neighborhood went out. And of course, who didn't charge your phone up? Me.
Oh. Well, there you go. Well, we thought you just took a nap maybe and didn't wake up.
I wish.
So this is a Josh.
Strapping fella, not.
I don't think he's. I don't. I mean, I look at him. I see where he's got some. The eyes aren't really too. There's something in the eyes, but I'm saying he's not like a scary, ugly looking dude. He doesn't look like a scary dude to me.
Right. Well, I have a lot of the stories to go with it, so I'm like, but I don't know. There's just so I don't even know how to cover.
Yeah, I
everything.
wouldn't go for him either. New Zealand. It's not. No.
But
My papa. Yeah, but he doesn't. I mean, he looks like. He's got a little something weird about his eyes. He doesn't look like he's the type of father. I mean, like the guy that would be going to church on the weekends. But he doesn't look like a monster. He doesn't have that monster look. But listen, we all know that. Like Chris Watts, come on, a monster. So I'm just saying he doesn't come off as, oh my God, he would scare the shit out of me. Like I don't get that vibe off of him. But he's got a weird, cold look to his eyes.
There's a lot of people down there with the creepy eyes.
I love Dana.
Well, I've met quite a few people down there, and I've got a lot of different stories. And yeah, there's a lot of drugs down there.
a lot of meth. And now the scary thing is them coating all the drugs with with fentanyl. It's like, oh my gosh. All right, Kaz, I know you have some things that you want to ask her. I am using the ladies' room.
Oh, sweetheart, I am so disorganized at the moment. Oh,
I know, but you're such a smart cookie. I bet you could pull it
oh,
together.
oh, yeah, sure. I'm just gonna pull something
And I'm
right out of
sure
my head.
Matt might have some things to say. And we have
Well,
a guest up here, B. I don't know if B's still with us, but he's more than welcome to stay, but he's just not talking anymore. Hey B, you
Kaz,
okay over there?
Hey,
Kazaroo,
Matt.
are you okay to share the screen?
Yep, I'll share the screen, darling.
I
Have you
think you
got
have to.
some?
I think that's why it's not sharing. I think you have to allow it to share.
All right, can you pop it in private chat and I can pull it up for you?
Kaz,
It's
pull
all
it
re-
in
It's all
background.
ready to. It's all
I,
ready to share. I just think you need to allow me to share it.
all right, hang on, let me look.
See it
Ah,
at the
look,
bottom?
he is on
it's
it.
a stream. There
There
you
you
go,
go.
sweetheart.
All right, guys, be right back.
Okay.
That's just might just help Dana
Whoa.
talk through it.
All right,
If you
I'm
want
gonna
me to
make
take it
that
down, I will do.
bigger.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
take
cut
that.
it all out.
No, take that one down, please.
Take it down.
Is there one? Is there another one without anything?
Don't you like the flags on it, Dana?
Huh?
Didn't you like that particular map?
Well, I'd like to save the locations if we get a bunch of people together and do a search, because if Forbes doesn't want to let us in, and if law enforcement doesn't want to let places come in, Texas EquiSearch or whomever, then I think with the more numbers, the better. And we
Okay.
can just do a huge search. And I definitely have locations that I think would be worth looking into.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just pull the one off Google Earth.
All right. Hold that one up and I'll share it for you, sweetheart. But you
Well,
see,
Kaz,
yes, darling.
so you've heard some, you've heard some recordings and such, and
I have.
I'm assuming you probably have some questions regarding that.
Well, when I first heard the first one, it nearly blew my spectacles right off my face. Would you like to share that audio with everybody?
I'm trying to remember which one, the first one.
The first one you sent me has to do with a certain police officer.
Oh, sure, why not?
No, why not? Okay, I'll just share this for Matt first.
If I need to zoom in, just let me know.
Is that
That's
better,
right.
Donna?
Share it all, girl. Share it all.
All right. So this is the general area that. Is it not, Donna?
Oh gosh, let me make it bigger. So if you go,
While you're having a look at that, I'll just go behind the scenes and pull up those beautiful emails that you sent me. Oh, God love her. You shocked the socks off me when you sent me those.
well, I don't like some of the other names that are mentioned in it, but
Well,
oh, you know what? No,
what?
can we go into something else really quick?
Sure, sweetheart. What would you
Okay.
like to? What would you
So
like to cover?
if you guys go to Benton County's, actually, I think I sent it to you. Sheriff Knox decided to,
Oh yes.
yeah,
Yes,
he was talking about Matt Rayburn, I
yes,
believe,
I've got it here.
who was
I will
murdered.
pull that. I'll just share my screen, Matt. I'm sorry, Matt. I'm taking it off you.
Matt, you know,
I'm taking over. Watch out. Here I go.
in that, yeah, go.
All
I
right.
love when Kaz is driving.
Boom, boom. Here I go. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I don't want to. All right. Can you see my screen?
You're
Yes.
good.
All right. this is what the lovely done. I don't want to dox her email address, so I just quickly shut that one off. All right. So it says, this is what Dana. Do you want to read it, Dana, or would you like me to read it?
Oh, I think everybody likes to hear your voice and your accent.
Okay.
It's cool.
I know. I love her
You
accent.
and Matt could entertain me all day just by letting me hear you talk.
I know,
Oh,
right?
well.
But Matt doesn't talk a lot. Matt
Yeah,
talks.
buddy. I talk when I need to talk.
Hello, handsome.
English.
Yeah.
I'm English. I'm English as well, by the way,
I
not
always
Irish.
joke around with
People.
Matt and Kaz, Dana, and I'm like, the dingo ate your baby.
People think I'm Irish and I'm English. It's
Yeah,
a different country. Totally different country.
Exactly, Matt.
It's like saying you're from.
Rubbish.
It's like saying you're from Canada, Ma.
All right,
like-
stop talking, you lot. I'm talking now. Hush.
You
right.
Englishman.
That sounded like a Jamaican accent.
I know, damn it, I can't.
No, that's the Queen's English, that, Kaz.
I
Yeah,
try to
don't
make
know
fun
what
of
you're
him all the
talking about,
time.
lad. All right. All right. I'm gonna read this now.
Okay.
All right. Caleb G. Self, 24, of rural coal camp, was served with a warrant for his arrest in the murder of Matthew L. Rayburn, 24, of rural Lincoln on May 28, 2019. Self turned himself in. It seems funny when you're saying that. And offered his confession to authorities late yesterday afternoon, Tuesday, September 13th, and was placed on a 24-hour hold until the warrant could be obtained. Self is charged with murder in the first degree and is being held in the Benton County Jail without bond. Thank you to the Missouri State Highway Patrol for the hundreds and hundreds of man-hours that were invested into this case. A search warrant was obtained and executed with the help of the dive team on the South Lake just a couple of months ago. This case, the Garrett case, and Echo Lloyd, as well as other cases, are worked when we developed a new lead, tip, or even gossip. The person who has knowledge of Echo should follow the example set by Self and turn yourself in, so the family can get some closure and you can stop living in fear. We are still looking, interviewing, and following every new tip. You will be brought to justice. And that was put out by Benton County Sheriff's Office by Sheriff Eric Knox.
Well, read my comment back to him, and that can explain some things for
All
you.
right, I just want to get down before and I'll re-share my screen. I just don't want to dox you, Dana.
I was a little ticked off when I read his post. I'm very happy for the other family who will be able to get justice. But
Okay, now it's coming up. Is it up now? Because I can't see chat.
it is.
All right. Dana responds, well, damn. Would you look at that? You're finally, do you like that? You're finally acknowledging Echo Lloyd. How about you do a press conference and answer questions, or invite experts in that offered to come help that were continuously turned away or told there is no starting point? Maybe BC or MSHP could explain to the public why the flyers that went out when Echo was reported missing showed the last date seen as May 10th, 2020, from another county, Camden, who never posted a thing. Why someone later slipped in a different date of May 14th, 2020 on NamUs, but never bothered to inform the public that was the last day seen. Info they gave out was wrong. Damn right it was. So where was she last seen? On the 14th? Was it her home that could have had a search and rescue dog still smelled the scent, but was called off because I popped that in. No, you didn't write that. I guess what I mean to say is thank you so much for mentioning Echo and having something to say about her still being missing. But you're about 2.5 years late. To Matthew Rayburn's family, I'm so sorry for your loss. I hope that you will be able to start the healing process of losing your loved one and get him the justice he deserves. My thoughts and prayers are with you during this trying time. God bless you. Oh, that's nice, Donna.
Oh, but so if you go to the comments, I get apparently there was a lot of activity on this today, and there's some text messages that have surfaced under the comments on Benton County's page.
Okay,
regarding
on Facebook.
Yes, regarding. I don't know if one of the girls has a copy of it.
I'm going there now.
Okay. Now I will say that we've had these messages. Apparently other people do too, for quite some time, and they were given to law enforcement a long time ago. And when I say so, in particular, Detective Finwald, I can't say too much because he might try to come after me again. But he has a whole heck of a lot of information that he hasn't done anything about.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to show this on the screen because it's going to show the people's names, but I will read the comments. Underneath Dana's message, one of the comments reads, "Good job by all."
Wait, Kaz, there's a lot of shady shit going on in this. This is like some deep, deep stuff.
I understand that.
We haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah, well, we're going to. Anyone in Missouri, you guys want to get together and protest?
Please. And if we can find Echo, I know it could lead to so much more help for others. I know it can.
I think Dana needs to start a GoFundMe to get a private eye to look into the Echo case, and then from there she can get the attorney to go after the corruption. Hey, Moji.
Or even just maybe if you know somebody that's willing to volunteer some time, because I do
know a PI, and it's not the ones you guys think, but I will ask him if he can actually look in Missouri. He actually might be able to.
That would be awesome. I mean, we can give them a lot of information to help get them going and to look and,
Exactly. I'll make the phone call after the live. Okay, Kaz, go ahead, babes.
All right. Well, I see Kelsey did a big one on that. I just was scrolling as you were talking.
Well, Matt, I'm sorry, Matt. B Hall says he's in for protesting.
Cool.
Stacy sent you to Matt. Here you go. Thank you. I sent them to Matt, so you got some mail, Matt.
Yeah, just the pics of Josh. Is that what she's referring to?
There's some screenshots.
Oh, text messages.
Yeah, there's some screenshots that made it to it. I mean, I invite anybody to go, if we can't get it up, to go look at. I wonder if I can.
Does Stacey want me to share them? I don't want to share stuff that's meant to be kept private.
All right, while you're discussing that, I'll just read some. A lady said, "Please find Echo. We need to know. Someone knows the truth. Please come forward and give the family closure. Please, please, please do the right thing." And somebody responded to that. "I heard they know a person of interest but cannot prove anything." And the response to that was, "I wonder if that crazy guy down in Windyville has something to do with her disappearance."
I think he has a lot to do with a lot of disappearances that.
Yeah. And a lot of them saying, "What's this world coming to?" And one says they should change counties and get a different judge. A change of venue, I think, is what is needed. I went down a wormhole of information. It's not hard to connect the dots. Yeah, well, we know what wormholes,
We gotta
rabbit holes can do.
find her, and then we'll definitely need to do that.
Kelsey did a humongous response to
Oh,
this. Want me to
sorry,
read
did I make that
Kelsey's?
noise out loud?
You did.
Sorry.
I'll read Kelsey's. Kelsey said, "I'm grateful for the family who is finally getting some peace and justice. And to my mama's taker, I know who you are, and I will not stop until you're brought to justice. You shouldn't even be walking right now, but don't you worry. If it's the last thing I do, I'll make sure to find a way to put a nail in your coffin and seal the deal. You don't deserve to breathe fresh air. You will never know a day's rest." On the same note, if law enforcement would like to talk to me about what they are doing because I keep being shoved off onto MSHP or MSHP, says they can't answer for Benton County, that would be awesome. No one seems to want to answer anything for me at all, which is weird. I'd love to get some information that was always meant to be public knowledge that they won't give to us. What was she wearing on CCTV? Who was in the truck? What time of day was it? Was she wearing shoes? Was it her colour? Why don't you have the plate number? Did she look like she was in trouble, rushed, hurt? I have questions, y'all, and I'd love answers. Response to the
Oh,
response.
I have so many questions too. I have questions for Kelsey.
Yeah, it's a shame that she won't correspond with you.
Well, I know that Echo was at her house the day before Mother's Day,
Mm-hmm.
and Kelsey's never shared that with anyone.
Except with everybody on Facebook.
Nope. I'm talking about Echo was at Kelsey's house the day before Mother's Day.
Yeah,
I've
I
got
heard about that on
I've
Facebook.
I've got a witness to that. I don't know if what else?
Kaz, those are good to share, those screenshots, if you want to accept
It
them.
wasn't actually a screenshot, man. It was a live that she did.
No,
No.
the screenshot Stacey sent me, ready to go.
Oh, duh. Well, why didn't you say? You sent me a little message.
Kaz, I think you're getting confused too. I'm
Oh,
saying
am I?
Kelsey went and said she took flowers and a card. I'm saying that Echo showed up at Kelsey's house the day before Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And she
Kelsey
had.
took flowers.
Oh,
No,
I get your drift. Oh, we're talking
yeah.
about two different conversations. I was thinking about the conversation she had where she had a D&M with Kelsey about her concerns about a certain Josh.
Yeah. I think there's some other information on that. There's a lot of information, but
There is. Okay, this is what our lovely Matt has sent me.
is somebody who's Lana TBA? Kelsey
Lana,
has said that on multiple platforms. You're wrong, lady. Kelsey has never said that Echo showed up at her house the day before Mother's Day. Kelsey very specifically said the last time her mom showed up was 2 weeks before that, when her mom was out of sorts and scared and talking about Josh. That was 2 weeks, lady.
yeah, that's the one I was getting
Sorry.
confused with, Lana. Yeah. All right, I'm going to share this what Matt just sent me. is the, wait for it to pop up on my phone. This is the missing persons poster for Echo.
Oh, yeah, it's been changed to the 14th, but
Yeah.
they don't feel the need to let anybody know that.
But hey,
Unfortunately,
Anna.
What's that?
No, I
on
said, hey,
here, it says on here, original Echo Michelle Lloyd was last seen in Benton County, Missouri on 10th of May 2020.
Update. Do you see that update?
Yeah, and then update. Echo Lloyd was last seen at 30617 State Drive, Edwards, Missouri on May 14th, 2020.
So if they brought the dogs in like they were supposed to, guess what? We might have known something, or they could have followed her scent.
I agree.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the end of the day, also, if this guy Josh is the one that did something, I mean, did Echo have any like GPS on her car or a black box of where her car would have went or anything like that, or did they not check?
They have her car. They took her car, but I mean, they didn't even have forensics show up to the house till 2 weeks later or something. So I don't know what they found in the car, if they have anything. We can't even find out if they pinged her phone, for gosh sakes. I mean, nothing. In Finwald, all he would ever say is, I can't discuss an open investigation.
But if they have the car, what year and what make was her car?
It was a Suzuki, a little SUV. I'm not sure what year. But I mean, it wasn't like old. It would have newer technology, I guess, in it.
Well, that's interesting because I'm surprised that like they could tell a lot by that little box in the car if she had it. Even if she had like a GPS tracking in the car. Like, have you asked them about that on the car? That's why you need a PI.
I talked to Finwald a lot, actually, and I had some feelings that something wasn't right, and I tried to tell him, give him information, and he wanted that information. But I asked if we could get an FBI agent to sit down with us because I did not trust to just hand it, give him this. And he wouldn't do that. I've got texts from him, but anything he didn't want in writing, he would call me. So I've tried. I've gone in there and talked to him and some other guy at their headquarters in Lee Summit, and I got some dirty glares from Finwald, and they just, they back each other up. I don't know. He's put in so many hours, but there's a list of people that have called to give in tips and they never got a return call, or they'll leave messages, or they'll be sent to Benton County and Benton County sends them to Highway Patrol. I mean, nobody knows who they're supposed to contact.
No, Mo. Echo Lloyd is the one who is missing, and Echo Lloyd's daughter is Kelsey. Hey, Sherry.
Hey, Matt, do you want me to make that screen bigger for you, sweetheart? Whoa, Matt. What are you doing, darling?
So I guess
Yeah.
I'll kind of give you.
I've just been asked to share that. I'm not sure what it's telling us. Maybe
All right.
somebody wants to talk through that, because that's what I've just been sent to share. And there's two more to share. So when you're ready for me to skip forward, I will do.
There's a group of people who have been mentioned that's not Josh, or Josh could be part of this group, that have killed Echo and moved her body 3 times. And this is part of that group, and this is the text messages between a couple people that were in that group,
Can I make
talking
it
back and
bigger?
forth.
Can I make it bigger, Donna, so I can read it?
Matt has it. Matt, can you
Yeah, but
make it
I can
bigger?
make it bigger. Matt can't.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're asking me. Yes, absolutely. This is what's
Okay.
on the Benton County Sheriff's website now under the comment.
Okay. All right. It says, for more hours until I'm in jail for kidnapping Echo. Whoa. Jeremy was right. That Dennis talking in his sleep. No effing way, dude. Stop. Are you serious? No, that's what he's saying. I'll record it. OMG. Okay, I'll be freaking out. Wow. Do you know any
What the
Sarahs?
heck?
Keep running 1 2. Keep running away 1 2. That 1 2. I'm about to download the uh, app real quick. If I disappeared, Dennis did it. Oh my gosh. He's
What?
talk. He's talking. Oh, oh my god. He's taking out Jeremy. She's in the basement. She had to be moved. Oh,
Now
he's
wait
snapping.
one sec, Kaz. Dana, didn't you say that part of the carpet was also removed in Josh's basement? There was
Uh,
something that you mentioned before about a basement.
yeah. So in the basement, the carpet was upstairs. Lived in the basement, and there was a couple bags of concrete, and
Okay.
apparently his mother had brought him a bunch of lye that was just, from what I understand, a lot of it all over the house.
And
Um,
you know what lye is used for?
Yeah.
yeah.
I use lye in the winter, and what I used to do because I had crazy chickens, but I used to put the lye down over the yard so that it would disintegrate their poops.
Mm, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm,
You're welcome, Mo.
yeah, I don't understand. The sheriff's department saw all this in the house. They saw it all and they didn't do anything.
Well, we're gonna start doing stuff because we're gonna get talked to B. We're gonna put out and see because from the Cassidy Rainwater case, I we have met a lot of people that we spoke to that live in that area, and I guarantee
mm,
we could, Kaz and I could probably pull together a few people. On
mm,
top of you guys, you've got B Hall might be able to pull a few people in, but I think the main thing right now is for us to see if we can get to a PI, and I'll call every PI in that area and say, please do it for pro bono. This lady needs to be found. And we'll do the
mm.
legwork for you. If you need something done or looked into, then we'll do it for you. But we need you.
Well, I appreciate that. I definitely have some locations that they have to be searched. Somebody in here had talked about a well. There has been a lot of chit chat about her being in a well, which Sheriff Knox told a person that they've checked every well in town, based on this rumor or tip, which that I know that's not possible. Knox can say that they've done all this stuff behind the scenes, but they don't have the manpower, and you can't get around that town without somebody seeing you and knowing. I mean, what they're up to. Everything flies around anytime the cops are out doing anything. If they are, somebody knows, and nobody has ever said that they have been searching wells, but this one particular well is on somebody's property and it's private property.
That's okay. You got to get permission. Yeah,
Oh, he
we're
won't
gonna have
give
to
permission.
set out something. We're gonna have to set out in my Facebook group, all the Facebook group, a community post. Anyone in that area that wants to be a part of finding Echo, maybe throwing some drones. You never know. Some people have their own dogs. Sherry Mo's not a troll. Mo takes understanding. Mo's cool. Um, and we just got to put the word out to see if we can what we can gather, because there's a lot of people that go out there and help. You never know, you might have somebody that could fly some drone footage around, or get together for a protest, or somebody might have a dog that you guys can get permission to go have that dog go by that well. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done.
Well, I know the permission for the well is off the it's not going to happen because he is part of that group in the text that's involved.
Okay.
Well, Dana, we'll get into that in private, but that's where the
Okay.
private eye comes in to get the information for the attorney to where you get a warrant for that property. So
It
that's
is
all stuff that we can deal with behind
okay.
the scenes. But yes, you can definitely get a warrant for that property.
If I mean I an attorney, I can't even explain. I've got so much information that an attorney could be a huge blessing in this case.
He
I
can.
yeah, if I could get an attorney to talk to and go over some stuff with it, and of course we need to find her remains
Yes,
and
that's why we need a private eye.
people.
We need to find a private eye that can take the information that you have, that can give answers to that information to the attorney, and then from the attorney, that's where you go and you start asking for warrants to search certain properties. It's the way it works. It's the
Okay,
way it
well
works.
I'm all for it.
Okay, well, we'll get together, you, me, Matt, Cass, and Facebook, because in our Facebook group now, we're going to start. We've been talking about it the last live. We are going to start getting people, networking people all over the states, so that when something like this happens, we can have some protesters there, like, boom, that we have our eyes on you. It's maybe not an international story, but we're not going to stop until you guys do something and make it right. So we're
Well,
doing that.
and if people want to go to a big group and they will help us. These families are amazing and they're going through the same thing. Um, it's the justice for the missing and murdered in Missouri, and they're amazing and they need help as well. And they, like I said, they supported. They went for Echo as well. They put her picture up and let her be seen in Jeff City on Monday. So
Well,
Mark,
we'll talk. Yeah,
can
we'll
I
talk
just
about that behind the scenes. We'll get into that, but right now, let's go ahead and finish up with what we want to talk about. But let's not forget, because I really want to. I haven't heard that voice call yet, and I really want to hear
oh
that.
Mark, can you just get Dana to touch on the accessibility to Forbes, the gates, the codes, just so you've got an understanding about the difficulty of accessing this place?
yeah, that's
Can
lots.
can you expand on that, Dana, about getting into the site Forbes
It's
without just sharing what you want to share?
yeah, it's a private it's a landowners association, and there's different lots that people own that you'd have to get individual permission. There's some lakes on there that are community property, I guess. And as of this week, we have permission to do that, but
Didn't
there's
you
some
say
other places.
didn't you say about cameras though being on the gates?
Yeah, they have cameras, security cameras at the gates. There's hundreds of gates. I don't know. This place is. It was supposed to be some big thing, and it's very secluded. It's wooded. I mean, the woods. It's just so dense. It's all trees and private lakes. I mean, they advertised these lots in different countries. It was like a invite for Tony Soprano, all over the world.
Mm. Okay. So, do you want us to play that audio or not, Donna? Are you not
Well,
comfortable like being played?
yeah, I mean, I guess people need to need to see what I'm talking about with not getting help with law enforcement or highway patrols. And Missouri doesn't have a Bureau of Investigation. So what's the next step? What law enforcement agency can come in and do something? Or do we just put enough pressure that they will? So yeah, go ahead.
This is the one with KB and David I'm referring to.
Yes,
Oh.
Dana, we're going to do what we talked about. We'll talk later about
Oh.
getting some groups together. Join the Facebook group, everyone, our Facebook group, because, hey, Nelly Medina, look, Sherry's back as the boyfriend. Um, and then because we're going to start doing a lot in the Facebook as far as networking to get people to be in the
Awesome.
city or the state when shit goes down so that yeah, it's time to network. And I'm not talking about starting a nonprofit or asking for money. We're not doing that. It's going to be people that really care about people missing and want to get out there. So this shit right here can't start from the beginning because this is bullshit. I think Josh is the one that might have done something. I'm starting to think that it all points back to him.
See, in my head, I feel like he's connected with, if he is involved, I feel like he's connected with this group. I know a lot points to him, but I don't know. It's about a matter of making connections, because those text messages, how do you overlook that,
Well, you can't.
Yeah, that's why we're going to get all of this put together and we're going to start getting calling a few PIs and talking to my PI friend to see where we're going to go from there and how we're going to do it. But we're going to do it. So let's
Awesome.
listen to this voice call.
Oh,
Yeah, Dana, Kaz will tell you when we get our mind on something, especially me, I'm not stopping. I'm like a freight train.
She is.
I will gladly accept any help, and I appreciate it very much. We got to find her. So Kaz, you're not playing the one with the police officer?
Oh, well, hang on a minute. I've got two. Let me go back. Oh, that was the second one you sent me. Let me go back to the other one you sent me.
I don't even remember the order. That was a while ago. I didn't even send you everything. There's more.
Yeah, I know. That's that one.
Mo, that is Josh, who we've been speaking about, was the neighbor, the one that had the carpet taken out of his place and cut pieces out. And Echo's phone and car keys and her medicine was found at this guy's place too. But he's not a suspect. Yeah, he's going to be a suspect.
Well, even if they got him, like, the grandfather needs justice. His damn back was broken in half.
Yeah, that's weird.
And if they can get him on that, then maybe, put some pressure on him to get answers for Echo, like something. Just do some damn police work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's why we need a private eye to do that police work, because these cops are something's definitely shady. But we'll get into all of that.
I've got it. Do you want me to play it?
Yeah, I've got. For some reason, I've only got that one with Caitlin now. It's gone. The other one.
Is it in the drive, Kaz?
No, it's still in the email. That one. If you want to share it, Donna, I'll pop it up on the screen.
Well, I may just have to do it from my phone on.
No, the phone won't work.
Yes, just play it on your phone and hold the phone up to the microphone. They do it all the time. It'll be okay, Kaz.
All right.
Yeah, just play it on your phone and hold the phone up to your mic so that we can hear it. Yeah, you don't have to go through all that. We'll be able to hear it, because that's what a few creators do when they take phone calls. They just put it on speaker so we can hear it.
I think this would be an interesting one.
Yeah, Matt, definitely share the Facebook group page.
Hang on a second.
His gas station. No, you guys are like me. I'm a nervous wreck in this town. Okay, I'm just gonna pull down by this gas station. You guys go to 66. It's
Matt, you can share any links regarding Echo.
your text Mandy and tell her.
Absolutely, Matt. You don't have to ask.
Did you call her? Yes.
Where is?
If it's about Echo, and drop our Facebook group, please, too, Matt, so that everyone that hasn't joined yet can join because, yeah.
Okay.
Coming after you guys, making laws, too, to stop this shit.
Okay, you ready? Where is the damn... Where? Okay, tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear that?
Take the Fenwell.
Yes.
Yo, what's up, crazy
Yes.
motherfucker around my town?
Who is this?
I don't know, who is this? You don't,
It's
is who?
Spice.
Yeah, Mike Fenwell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you are. Anyways, like,
This.
oh, it's just a crazy motherfucker. Just
Wait, 1 second. Can you just explain who's talking and who is this?
This is a girl who has tried to help Echo. She has been everywhere shouting from the rooftops what has happened. She has a lot of information. They were feeding her drugs. They were shooting her up with drugs. And
Gosh.
she, Finwald.
Who's Fenwall, the cop, right?
Okay, yes. Finwald is the detective with Missouri State Highway Patrol. He apparently is no longer on the case.
Okay.
But he's with the Department of Drug and Crime Control.
Okay, so it's her calling him, and the phone call is recorded, so now we know who he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Jim, I'm going to be calling you. Jim, stop. I'm going to be calling you later, Jim, so answer the phone. It's very important.
Hi to Shaq, Spooner, and all them. You know them?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So why didn't you do the Echo case? Why didn't you want to get her justice? Because you're covering up the murders for her?
Who is this?
Don't worry about who it is, because you know exactly who it is. Just come. I mean, you'll see me again if you come around Hide Shacks or Spooners. Why couldn't you just do your... Well, you want to tell me who you are? Oh, wait, you're Mike Fenwell. Well, you know what? Like, you talk to Hide Shack? You talk to Hide Shack, don't you?
I don't know who this is.
Well, you know what? Like, you sure sound guilty for not knowing who this is. But you know exactly who I am. You know exactly what they do to me. You know exactly how they cover up. You cover up for Echo. Why didn't you just give her... Yes, you did. You didn't do your job. Why didn't you just give her justice? They have you by the balls. You're obviously somebody's little bitch. So therefore, why can't you do your fucking job? The woman needed justice. Spooner and Hide Shack ain't shit, but no, they're fucking piece of shits. They're piece of shit.
Why don't you tell me where Echo is and who did something to her, and I'll be more than happy.
Okay, so you'll help me. You'll help me because I know exactly where she lies, and I won't be. You know what? I'll help you, and if you help me, and you know what? I could take seriously. Honest to God, I swear to God. The way I've heard Hide Shack talk to you, I've seen you in places. I know the way you've done. You're Chris Spooner and Hide Shack's friend, and like I don't want to be. I could if you help me. You can still have your job. If not, I swear to God, I'll take that whole police department down. I'll take you down. You and if
Take me down for what?
because you hang out with Hide Shack. When he called you and said, "What's up, crazy motherfucker? What you doing in my town?" Like, yeah, I was in that vehicle. I know exactly who you are. I've seen your face right along with Spooner. I've seen you. I know what you do. I know what you do, Finwell.
What do I do?
Ooh, this girl's got some big kahunas.
Where she is. You want to know where she is, or are you going to be? Okay, she's in a well. She's in a well at 34301 Horizon Lane, Warsaw, Missouri. Chris Spooner's well.
How do you know that?
Because Well, because you're trying to figure out who I am, but first I want you to help me. Just know that she's in that well, and then I'll help you.
Well,
I want to get me and you.
Listen to me.
You know.
I need a reason to go to that well to look in there, and I can't just go off of somebody calling, cussing me out, refusing to tell me.
I'm not cussing you out. I'm talking to you. I know. I'm just talking to you just the same way they talk to you. I heard the phone. I heard the conversation.
Well, I don't know who you are.
Yes, you do. You know who I am. You just don't know who I am till you see me, I guess.
Okay. When do you want to meet?
Well, I'm staying off the radar due to them trying to kill me over not shutting up about Echo. Yeah, they're all trying to kill me, including all the way. Well, Chris Spooner, Dustin Heideshak.
Okay. So there's some stuff I am worried about safety issues. I will say that when she finished up with him, he was pissed. You could tell he was pissed.
I mean, he sounds like, honestly, like just a dickhead of a cop. Oh, did I
he
just
is.
say that out loud?
He is, but
Hey, Shredder. Hey,
But-
MJR.
she called him again after that, and I do have that one, but she gave him some other he knows apparently when we apparently he had watched her be raped. He was at that house. That's
The
why
cop?
she says, "You'll know me." Yes. But what she called him back and she tried just to get protection. Like, here, I've got this on you. Like, just give us protection. And you know what happened that night?
What?
Let's just say we were scared to death. Finwald had given a phone number that nobody else had and had given it to some of those people down there, and we got some pretty serious threats. I had to leave my house for a few weeks. So I'm just saying, like, I'm putting this out there. If something happens to me,
I want to see what he looks like. What is his Fenwall? FenWall or PHEN?
it's FENNEWALD.
FENNE.
WALD. It's hard to find a picture of him, but I will. God, he's gonna come after me.
No, he's not. What's his first name?
What's that?
What's his first
Oh,
name?
Michael.
Okay, go ahead. Continue your thing. I'll share the screen when I get it.
Well, he scared us into silence for a while, that's for sure. I don't know. These CIs, in my opinion, these informants seem to have more on the police than what they have on them. That's the only way I can figure it out. They're hiding all this and they're protecting them, because I think whoever hurt Echo, I think they were an informant. And
what is his title? Like, sheriff? What is he?
He is the detective with the Department of Drug and Crime Control with Missouri State Highway Patrol.
Okay, so are you done with the calls, or did you want to play another one?
And
Kaz, what else was it that we were going to talk about tonight regarding Echo that you had? Was there something else that you had to play?
There was two audios. That one that Dana's just played, and there's another one.
Okay.
Go
ahead and play it.
David.
I just worry about people's safety.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Huh?
Don't worry about safety, because now we're going to find the PI. Then we're going to gather some intel, and then we're going to gather a lawyer, and then we're going to get some protesters out here so that it's out in the media so that they can't try any shady shit and you just won't have to leave the state. I'm only kidding.
I don't want to be the cause for other people's safety. I don't want to put their lives at risk.
Well, people that help out with you, they can stay anonymous. They don't have to put their names out there and who they
Uh,
are if they come
yeah,
or
but
if they protest or whatever.
No, what
these
Dana's
people
referring
know.
to is this audio.
I'm talking about the new people that are going to come in as far as the PI and people
Oh,
like
that, yes,
saying
yes.
them wanting together to protest. They don't have to say who they are.
Oh no, that's
But
fine. That's numbers.
yes,
I think we're safer with numbers.
that's what exactly. And then if it gets to the media, which we'll be calling if we can get some protesters to gather, it doesn't even
Well,
matter if it's two or three.
well, guess what? The media doesn't want to cover the truth. The media
Uh,
in Springfield and the media in Kansas City doesn't. They've covered some of Echo, but they've also been told some other things that they don't seem to want to cover.
Well,
Um,
that's okay.
some
Kaz, do you want to
politicians
play that?
know a lot of stuff that don't seem to want to step up and do the right thing either. So, what do you do?
yeah,
Kaz, do you
Ma,
want to
that's
play
what
that
Dan.
video?
Well, that's what Dana's saying. She's concerned that if we do play the audio, that the people in the audio it could put their
In
lives in
danger.
danger. So I'd rather not.
Okay, well then, without saying it, can you talk about a little bit what the audio is about?
It's just a lot of information. There is, more information about um who killed Echo, where she's located. It talks about specific deputies that are dirty and cover up. And so some of the group of people that has been accused of being involved is friends with this detective. It it talks about locations.
Yeah,
I'm trying to.
yeah, that's
It
pretty
talks
heavy.
about trafficking.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's some heavy stuff. I'll pop it into.
Well, I mean, does it mention names, or if we disguise it, or if we altered the voice and cut parts out? What I mean, I guess we don't have to even deal with that. It would take a while to do that, and you can just basically, like you just said, what it was about.
Mm.
But yeah, we need to start
Yeah,
making some moves and getting some people together.
yeah, and so my friend Mandy, there's a group of us girls that have just about every day we're digging into stuff, we're looking into stuff. And um she lives down there, and her dog ended up stabbed like 10 times. um
Oh my,
for
I can't. Hey, lanky baby. Oh gosh.
Mandy, are you
Yeah,
on here?
yeah, she is.
um So I can't, knowing how things can get, I can't put it out there for everybody, because even disguising that, like, the people down there are gonna know. I just I It just worries me for people, their safety.
Yeah, we
There's
don't want to
Mandy.
do that. What else, Kaz, did you have before?
Well, that's all we've got at the moment. There is more to come, but that's what we're going to cover for this live anyway. There is so much more.
I'll
We've
Yeah.
try to
only
be more focused next time. I know I jump around a lot. It's so overwhelming.
there's
It
so
was
much
it was
information.
cute. It was cute after Kaz and I spoke to you the first time because I showed you my folders and files and following up on. I mean, I've kept
Yes.
notes on Echo. Like I She was just in our update last night.
Right.
Echo. We have part two of our end of the. We have part two tomorrow night because we were gonna do it tonight, but I thought about it, and Kaz and I thought about it earlier, and I said, you know what? I just want to give Dana the floor, and let's just keep this live strictly about Echo.
Yeah, and I guess I just wanted to. I know when Kelsey goes on, I mean, it's the same thing. And we need people to see this and be interested in help. And so I just felt like I really needed to put it out there a little more so
Do
people
you
really understand what's going on.
do you want to watch the last live that Kelsey put out?
I watched it and I made one little comment and she ripped me apart the next morning.
But I'm saying, do you want to share it now
Oh,
and end it on that?
sure.
Okay, I have no idea how to find it, so Matt's gonna. Yeah, Facebook hates me, Dana.
It's on the Bring Echo homepage on Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
By the time I have
I'm
one,
already
like
going. I'm
Kaz
already
will have, Kaz will have it up, and after I struggled for, yeah, Facebook hates me.
There is a lot of people that have gone to Kelsey to offer to help. And I would love for those people to even come to me. I will respond. I may not be the quickest. I've got kids and work and dog and how I mean it's just
Do
and
you
I'm a mess. But
do
I
you know what I would like to see? I would like to see the first interview with Kelsey now on the news when she did that interview to watch her body language. Because I didn't hear anything that I've heard now about Kelsey, and back then and she just seemed like she was frantic and she lost her mom. But honestly, now I think maybe we should just touch on the first video of Kelsey, and I'll find it and put it in private, and then maybe watch this last Facebook because I want to see how much her body and her demeanor has changed.
Well, this last one that she did was 2 weeks ago, the last
Yeah, so
live, but
we'll
it's an
watch
hour
that.
long, Mark. It's
what
an hour
about
long.
But
one of the experts that can read the body
body
language?
language.
Do you know any of them?
Oh, Kaz and I have a lot of connections, but Kaz can read body language completely.
Don't tell everybody.
We,
You're giving away my secrets,
Dana,
woman.
Kaz and all of us inside chat right here, we are such web sleuths. I mean, I watch trials, full crime trials. I watch the experts on the body language. I watch a show called, I think it's called Real Crimes, where he breaks down every interview to the body language and the tapping and the gestures and yeah. Kaz knows body language tips. Kaz used to
Oh.
work in forensics in Australia.
Oh, well, Kaz, you've been holding out.
No, well,
no.
see, now she's giving away all my secrets.
Well,
Thank you,
Kaz,
Mom.
don't play the whole video. Let's just watch about 15 minutes of it, and
All right.
whatever you feel. What do you feel the best part of this video is to watch about 15 minutes of it, Dana?
Yeah.
What do you think we should go to? Middle, end.
I think it's all the same. They're all kind of the same thing.
She repeats the same things.
Okay, well then let's just pop it in.
Few minutes.
Yeah,
Here's
let's play it.
the thing. I do want to say this. I would feel like the biggest asshole. I was Kelsey's biggest supporter. I defended her to everyone. But when things aren't adding up, and I get some of the stuff is rumors, people are going to talk and try and throw us off. But I know 100% that stories have changed with just what she's told me. It makes you question, and I still don't think that she could ever hurt her mom. But she knows something. She knows more, and I don't know why she's not sharing it.
Could be fear.
But she lashes out so badly. Like
she does. I noticed that in the lives that I've seen her in.
I just don't get it, and I hate to call her out. I hate to, even disrespect, like to upset Echo's younger daughters and her mom. I don't want to do that. I don't, but there's just so much more that I have that leads me to a direction that I have to question her.
All right, I'll share this, and we'll just see how she's going. And if if I think she's just waffling, I'll skip it along. Okay.
Oh, Teresa Fountain. Teresa Fountain would know about giving her money.
Tell me if this sounds okay.
Hey guys.
Yes, it does.
Don't enjoy doing these, but I know that
Can you hear that?
I could, yes.
Okay.
crucial to try and check in. My mom is Michelle Lloyd. She went missing around the week of Mother's Day, May 10th, 2020. He was 47 years young. Can't remember if she was 48. I believe 47 years young when she went missing, shortly to turn 48 after she went missing. 5'4", about 110 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, absolutely breathtaking smile. I have absolutely nothing to go off of, no news, no check-ins, absolutely nothing from law enforcement, which is also disheartening for the fact that, I was told in the beginning that we might need to wait a year and a half to 2 years because these kinds of things could take time, but here we are and still absolutely nothing to go off of. I have my little, so I'm waiting for him to pop in. Hi, go watch your. And I'm trying not to be, because I do understand that law enforcement can have a lot going on, but it's really hard when from the get-go, and doing research, you've noticed how a county has pulled out a lot of stops, went out of their way to look for missing people and make sure that dogs were there, and make sure the correct groups and volunteers were included. And that didn't happen with Mom. I was told not to ask for help. Don't go to anybody. Don't post it online. Please don't go to the media. Which in those moments, you don't really know what to do, because the most you want to be able to do is trust that law enforcement is going to do the right thing. No, baby, don't. As to which everyone has been turned away thus far. So at this point, what I believe is the best route is to try and raise as many funds as we can for a private investigator. I believe that somebody with.
Have you heard anything on the grapevine, Donna, if she did raise any funds for a PI?
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. The original GoFundMe, people had donated to that, and it is still in place for a reward. And there was just, a few things for background checks and stuff. But I'm not sure why she's raising this, if she's raising it for herself. There's somebody out there, Teresa Fountain, who says that she has received money on other things. I don't know if anybody knows about that. Where maybe she's done like super chats and somebody has given her money from that.
Okay.
But I don't know. And Teresa had said that she had given her money as well, directly to Kelsey. So I don't. That's been like over the last year, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious.
But I don't believe the
Acknowledge.
money. I know the money wasn't used for a PI. If she did get money for that, I'm not sure what it was used for. So I don't know if she's trying to collect money to get a PI, or I don't know.
Well, this
Look
was
at her
only
eyes right there.
Yeah.
She looks.
Yeah.
Her eyes look crazy right there.
I think she might be high, but I don't know.
Woo, those eyes are big. Look at them pupils. Okay.
Her, yeah, her
I'm like,
pupils are
I'm
very
like,
dilated.
look at the pupils.
Yeah, they're very dilated. Yeah, this was 2 weeks ago that she's referring to raising money for a PI.
Wait, Kaz. Wait. Sorry, pause it, please.
Okay.
B Hall. Wait. B Hall said I gave her an iPhone 10 because her phone kept overheating. You gave Kelsey an iPhone 10?
Oh, that was you. She mentioned that in a previous live.
So, why you're here, B? Why don't you talk? You're muted. You're on panel. You can talk. Unmute your mic and tell us, please. You don't have to open your camera.
Come on, B.
Just click the unmute the mic button.
I'll unmute him. Her.
You
Sorry.
can't. You can't, Kaz. He has to unmute himself. It's a guy.
Oh, sorry.
B, I think, knows a lot of information. Or
Okay, B, you see on your phone where you're up here with us, on the bottom, Kaz, I don't even know what StreamYard looks like on a phone. You have like
All
a
right.
microphone. You have to click the microphone so that that it goes off of unmute.
Yeah, it's got a microphone and it will say mute or unmute on the iPhone when you're up there. It's got the microphone symbol and it will have a slash through it at the moment, which says you're muted. You just press your microphone again and it will unmute you.
Okay, so we can continue maybe until if he sees that he can figure that out.
Okay.
Mo, step on up. I got your back.
And knows what they're doing and does this regularly is possibly going to be my best bet and our best bet as a family on possibly bringing her home or at least getting some answers. We do have a little over $3,000 that was raised on GoFundMe. The rest of that money was promised for reward money and it will stay as such. So I really would like to ask everyone to please share this as much as possible. Share our GoFundMe, which is Bring Echo Home. And I'll make sure that that's linked also down in the comments so that you guys can easily get to the GoFundMe and pass that on. I know that we initially did say that it would be for rewards, lawyer fees, anything that could come up. And I think that this is what's come up. With there being so much silence.
Kaz, can you pause for 1 second, please?
And we could.
All right, B, you there?
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, cool. I'm going to put my phone on the charger because it's going dead.
No, you're good. So, yeah, tell us what you want to tell us about the iPhone and Kelsey and your guys' relationship, please.
Well, I've been on a couple of the searches with Mandy, all the work that she did, researching and getting all the permissions and everything, and then they just couldn't get along for whatever reason, whatever. And I had contacted a diver team, LOZ diving team, and they were going to do it for free. All she had to do was contact them. I had it all set up. Everything was ready to go. All she had to do was, at the time they were busy. They just said, "Hey, wait, it's the middle of summer. Give us some time. We'll do it." We promised. The guy was super nice. And then she was doing some things. Her phone kept overheating every time she's doing these live things. And I happened to have an extra iPhone, and so I gave it to her. And we were going to set up to go do the search, and then she got all upset. Saying if these locals were there, these locals, mess with you. She was just real abrasive. I was like, that's why I was trying to say she's too close. You need to let me handle it. There's no locals going to mess with you. Just for safety reasons also, just kind of sit back in the background, but she just and nothing ever happened. I've been still trying to get that pawn search behind her, and the guy's going to do it for free.
Do you know Josh?
No, not at all.
Did you know Echo?
I've only met her once or twice.
And how, when you met her, what did she seem happy and friendly?
Well, it's a friend of a friend, and my friend she lives in Florida, and she asked me. Actually, it's kind of funny about the same iPhone because I lost that damn phone on like 100 acres, and I was able to find it. She goes, if you can
Wow.
find that phone, you can find Echo. And so I went on a search for her because she can make it, and I just kind of came along and continued.
So you're
But
from that area.
but as soon as I gave her the phone, that's when she picked a fight with me and never talked to me since. I haven't talked to her since. I mean, it was really shortly after that. So I mean,
So
and
so
what I
you
did,
know the area Echo lives in? Have you know that area there, like the grounds and
yes and no.
the
I mean,
terrain?
I've been on I've been on 2 searches. Yeah.
Have you heard any rumors are going around about what people say might have happened to her, who was involved?
No, not at all. I've just been set on looking in that pond. I mean, because as far as I know, no one's looked there, and so I just want to check it off the list. I mean, if she's not there or not, whatever. But what I've known is most people that are missing are near their house, and so why is that pond not been looked at? Well, I found out today the lady who owns that property, she had told me that um, that there's nothing there. That pond, they looked when that pond was all dried up, and it I think it's almost impossible. Like, and I asked her, I said, "Well, who did the search?" I mean, a couple of friends. She said it was a couple of friends of mine's a deputy. So I thought that was weird. But I was worried about the lady because I've been trying to call her to get permission because this guy's ready to search that pond, and I can't get a hold of her. And so I guess she's been in Europe for a month or something like that or whatever. And today she told me she wouldn't. She's like, "There's no need to check there. We checked already." And so
Huh.
I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we're gonna see what we can put together
Yeah,
and see what we can start getting to go out there and getting some protesters, maybe some groups or people out there that want to do a little searching. Yeah, it's time to make some noise.
yeah, yeah,
All right. So, Kaz, you ready to continue? Thank you, B, for that.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right,
Could
Kaz.
go out there on foot constantly, but we could also possibly not get anywhere because what if she's not there? What if she's not right in that area? I don't know what her neighbor did to her. I don't know if he sold her. I don't know if he's done something to her himself. I don't know. I feel like we know where all the directions lead to, but there's nothing being done with that. So the most I can ask of everybody is to please donate if you can, to please share this, and share her information, share her stories all the way down, our feed. I know that I'm not going into great detail about the story behind why she went missing. Please visit the other lives also. It is extremely hard to go over it every single day or every time I'm on live, from beginning to end, as to what led to me believing that her neighbor is involved in her disappearance, and that I do not believe that she's just disappeared without a trace. No one really does. And I do not believe that she left to start over anywhere. I do believe that foul play was involved, and my family also believes that foul play was involved. So the most we can do is reach out and ask you guys for help. If you guys have any ideas of different ways that I can do a fundraiser to raise funds for her, please let me know. Please reach out. I'm happy to hear anything and everything that you guys have. Yes, dear, here's your check. Any insight is better than none. So here we are, still no answers. 2 years down the road. I'm having a really hard time understanding. So if you guys know of any larger production companies or you know, she's been featured in People, she's been featured in Dateline articles, not necessarily like segments. So it's harder to get her reissued in anything and her story put back out by those places. Not that I'm not willing to reach out to them. Also, please reach out on your own. With me reaching out as myself, that we hope it does something, but a lot of times I don't hear back, and I don't know if my mom just kind of gets lost in the shuffle, and my end of the story gets lost in the shuffle. But the more people that are hollering her voice, the more people that speak about her and write to these people about her, the less that they can put her name on the back burner, the more that they think about her, and she's not easy to forget. If you guys ever want to reach out to us, bringechohome@gmail.com is a good email address for us. Let me go back through these. I'll go back and see if there's some questions and see if there's anything that I can.
Yeah, from here, she's just she's answering some questions, so there's nothing much more on there. She just keeps going on about the fundraising, really, on this one.
Well, and I did miss that. She did say the GoFundMe, and that is for sure, that is secure. I just had been hearing other stuff about her collecting other money. And so the thing is, like Chris, in that in that live, later in the live, people were saying, you know, contact such and such, contact such. Well, I know Chris I can't ever say his last name, with the Interview Room and the Cold Case Foundation.
Madonna.
Yes, there you go. He did talk to her. She didn't contact him back. So it bothers me when she asked for help, and all these people have volunteered and really do care and want to help and offer their time and offer so much, and she doesn't respond back to them. There's been so many cases with that, and
yeah, that's a shame.
But you know, and a lot of them have contacted me or one of the other girls, and you know, we're always open for help. And I just don't understand, you know, and people that could have possibly been the last person to see her mom reached out, and she was supposed to get back with him, and then he reached out again. And I think that's been the case. People have done that multiple times. And so I'm saying that I'm asking for help, and I will respond. I will take you up on it.
Yeah, we definitely know you do respond, Donna.
I truly believe that. And if I don't respond, Mandy or Stacy, like, I trust them 150%. And they, you know, they might be able to, if I'm not able to get right back with somebody. But yeah,
well,
I guess
I think we might have to add Mandy and Stacey onto our group, messenger group. Might be a good idea too.
There's also an email set up that we set up. It is, I think it's Echoes Warriors. I can tell you here in just a minute. echoeswarriors@gmail.com.
Well, Dana, we're going to have to do this again.
Absolutely.
We will definitely get together in Facebook and start seeing and make. Well, I'll start making phone calls tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you so much. After all of this, hopefully I'm still around too.
No,
don't say that.
That's not going to happen.
there's too many witnesses for you to have said that if somebody wouldn't be that stupid, darling.
Yeah,
Well,
that's not going to happen.
I've got a lot of things in place. It's been a rough couple years, and I've got a lot of things in place if something does happen. And I have plenty of evidence sent to certain people and stuff. So, I mean, if they just do their job and help us find Echo, and we want justice, and all these other families need it as well. I mean, it's crazy. Missouri's just, I know it's everywhere, but Missouri's just very, very
Sorry. B just said he's ready to do 30 to life.
bad.
And I won't do any because I'm in Australia, so I'm good.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dana, for we've only just touched really on Echo. That, like you said, there's so much more, and we definitely have to get together and more together and get more out there, and maybe get Mandy and Stacey in with it as well, and put all our heads together.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe one of them can come on live. I know Stacy, gosh, I don't know where I'd be without Stacy.
Aw.
Well,
I'm
They're
a
more than
mess.
welcome to come up.
Yeah.
All right. It
All
is my
right.
bedtime. Thank you so
Yes.
much for joining us, Dana.
Thank
Cass,
you.
thank you for showing
Okay.
up.
Yes, I'm
Well,
glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't summer and this happened. I would have died.
Oh yeah, that'd be rough.
Mm.
You can't get me in that heat.
Thanks to everybody who came in. Thanks to all the mods. Thanks to Matt. Thanks to B. Thanks to everybody that came up on panel, and especially thank you, Dana, for being such a die-hard advocate for bringing Echo home. And let's see if we can make some difference and bring her home one way or another.
Absolutely. Thanks
We're
everybody.
definitely
for
going to
help.
start making noise. That's no
Yay.
doubt. I love making noise, ask Cass.
She does.
I'll
Trust
be
me.
right there with you making some noise.
All right,
Bye.
guys. Everyone,
Love
thank
you
you for
all.
coming in. Keep
Bye.
your babies safe, guys, and stay vigilant.
Bye, guys.
I
Bye.
think it's a wrap. Good night, everyone. Thank you,
Good night.
Dana. Good night.
Bye. Good night.